Hi, my name is Rick Sanchez. I'm with a company called Tractor Tip Equipment, and what we have for sale here today is a Volvo L70 G, like good. We're going to talk a little bit about the mechanics of this particular machine in the first clip, the operating specs in the second, we'll run it in the third. If you buy this tractor from me or any of the other machines I've got for sale, we've got quite a few. Go ahead and pan around real quick, bro, all the way around. If you buy any of my machines, you're going to be, once you pay me and get all the paperwork done, you're going to be dealing with Pro Provencio. He's my right-hand man. He's going to help you get this tractor from this yard onto your yard or your job site. Serial number of this machine, come on in close, bro. This serial number is Victor, V like Victor, C like Charlie, E like Edward, 0 L70, G like good, C like Charlie, 0000 221. I'm going to leave that last digit blank. Price on a new machine like this these days is somewhere around $200,000. This unit currently has, it's got 2 hour meters on it. It's got one that's just outside the seat, and then it's got another one in the monitor panel. The one in the monitor panel shows 4261 and the other one shows 4478. So anyway, it's got about 42 to 4300 hours, somewhere in there. You know, we've got several Volvo loaders, and that's true of all these loaders. Not one of these loaders have got the same number of hours on both meters. I don't know why that is. Well, most machines only have 1 hour meter, so anyway, isn't that right, Pro? All of them have got different hours.
That's correct.
So as far as manufacturers go, Volvo is dominant in the world of heavy construction mining equipment. This machine weighs 30,732 pounds. The highest point is the top of that cab at 10 foot 8 inches. The transportation link from the end of that counterweight all the way to the front of this bucket is 24 feet. The widest point on this tractor, the way it sits right now, is 8 foot 9 inches. That's the width of the bucket. If you take this bucket off, the tires are 8 foot 6 inches. So if you were to have the bucket parallel with the machine as opposed to perpendicular the way it is right now, it would be the least widest, or the widest point I should say, it'd be 8 foot 6 inches. It'd be a legal load. As far as the history of this unit goes, this machine, like almost every machine we purchase, is an original owner Dallas, Texas machine. I say that because we are not in a corrosive environment. It in no way, shape, or form is rust pervasive. You'll see where the paint's flicked off and rainwater's gotten to it, but we're far enough south and we're 300 miles from the ocean, so the only salt we see is the salt on our kitchen table. Just about every machine we purchase comes from one of about 30 different large contractor or municipality here in the Metroplex. This particular machine it would be what I'd consider a DORF machine. A DORF is an acronym that they use in the industry, designating a dealer-owned rental fleet machine. So Volvo Rents kind of went into a joint venture with a rental company here in the Metroplex, and they were renting dealer-owned rental fleet. So the point of that, the reason that I cite that, is that this tractor was actually over-serviced, and I say that because the service manager was telling me that the average rental of one of these loaders in his fleet, and I bought 3 of them, was about 2 weeks. So if a tractor would come in and if it was within 50 hours of its next service, he went ahead and completely serviced the machine. So every time it came in, every time it went out, it was serviced. It was lubed up and everything. So this tractor was actually over serviced. Like I say, that service manager was extremely conscientious. He's been in the industry for many, many years. He's very well respected, and he had an excellent maintenance program that rivaled some of the best I've seen. We've been happy with all the machines that we purchased from these guys, and it should be said that before I purchase any machine, my mechanics go out and inspect it first, and if it passes the mustard within, then Pro Provincial goes out and he inspects it. And if he gives me a thumbs up and the money's right, then I personally go out and inspect it before I write a check. As far as options go, I'll show you guys this. It's got a key battery disconnect right here. Can you get in there, Pro? This has got a this button right there is actually a to lower this hood and raise it electronically, which is really nice. You have real good easy access. I mean, that thing opens up way high, and you've got full access to all your engine. That's really nice. It's got an extra wide opening angle, I guess is what I'm trying to say. This unit has got an enclosed cab. AC blows ice cold. Heater is works well too. It's got auxiliary hydraulics. These right here, these are auxiliary hydraulics right here. And then it's got hydraulics, dedicated hydraulics to your coupler, which is another option. It's got a quick coupling system. This isn't really an option because it's standard on all Volvo machines, but they've got what's called a ZT linkage. I think that's what they call it, but it's a cross between a parallel lift and a regular bell crank type Z-bar linkage, which is really cool because you can, this machine can work as a dirt loading dirt, or it can do your parallel lift also. So this is kind of a hybrid between Z-bar and your parallel lift linkage. It's kind of cool. Inherently, all loaders are four-wheel drive. Not all of them, but this one's four-wheel drive. Another option is I'll talk about this more, but does this one have the joystick control, Pro? I'm confusing this one. No, I'm sorry, never mind. I was going to say this one had remote transmission control, but it does not. Never mind that. I'm confusing it with another loader. It does have a 12-volt outlet in the cab. It's got this hydraulic fan here. You say, well, what's the big deal with a hydraulic fan? Well, this hydraulic fan allows you to get into these radiator coolers. All of these coolers, your transmission, your hydraulic, your engine cooler. You see, you can unbuckle that right there and get in between there, clean it out real good. It's separate from the engine. Most fans are buttoned up against the engine, and your radiator's right up against that. So this allows you to push everything back so that you can clean out your radiators and keep your fluids cooler. This engine right here, this is the same engine that they use in the L70. Go ahead and get in a little closer, Pro. Let's go to the other side and let's get a little better. No, maybe not. So this is a 6-cylinder. This is a 6-cylinder, inline 6-cylinder. This is a turbocharged engine. It's a Tier 4 engine. I don't remember what the fuel capacity on this loader is, so I will say that this engine is one of the most fuel efficient engines in the industry. Volvo is a company that everybody chases when it comes to fuel efficiency. They're great engines. They're bulletproof and they're very efficient, which probably is one of the reasons for their longevity, or their reliability is what I mean to say. As far as the transmission goes, transmission runs through all the gears without hesitation. Top speed on this unit is 29 miles an hour in forward and reverse. Brake stop it on a dime. As far as these tires go, these tires are like 95%. They've still got the little titties on them from being brand new, so they're like 95%. Look, they still got all the, you know, those little titties that they got on them when you buy a new tire. So tires are in really good shape. These are 20.5 25 tires. Excellent shape. They all match. There's no cuts on them. The hydraulics are strong on this tractor. All of the pins and the bushings are very tight. Not relatively, they're very tight. Those two kingpin areas right here in this articulation joint are good and tight. There's no deflection whatsoever. There's no cracks or welds anywhere in the work equipment. Show all that. This cutting edge right here, it may have been turned. I can't tell with the way the bucket's sitting right now, but it's probably about 90% on this end right here. As far as this bucket goes, this bucket again is 8 foot 9 inches wide. It's 4 foot 9 inches tall. It's 3 foot 7 inches deep. And the tag right here says 2.6. It had a tag. Well, the other bucket, we got another L70 that's got an identical bucket to it, and it's got a 2.6 meter cube, which we're in America, and that means 3.5 yards cube. We don't do meters. Breakout force, let me see here. The lifting capacity of this loader is 18,651 pounds. So the lifting capacity of this loader is limited by its static tip load, which simply stated the hydraulics on this loader are so powerful that the machine will actually tilt forward before the hydraulics give out. So your lifting capacity is limited by the weight opposite this fulcrum. So yeah, so it's, in this case, it's 18,651 pounds. All the lights on this tractor work. There's no cracks anywhere in the windshield. Pro, what else? Oh,
backup camera.
Oh, Pro, I knew Pro would catch me. I always forget that backup camera. So there's your camera right there. There's the screen. That loader's turned the opposite direction. We'll show you that camera later. Good job, Pro. These cameras are standard, I guess, with most new equipment these days. What else, Pro?
Good running loader.
You like it?
Yes, I do. Smooth.
Okay, so we're gonna run it in the next clip. Pro says it's a good loader. So this is the inside of the cab. Pro is lowering that hood right there electronically. It takes it probably, what would you say, Pro, about 10 seconds?
About 6, yeah.
6 seconds to lower. There's your hour meter right there. Here's your seat. It's in excellent shape. It does have a burn right there. You got a service manual and an operator's manual here. Maybe a safety manual too. You do have a forward and reverse switch here. I take that back. Here's for your wipers, your lights, ride control, your bucket float. Here's your, this is your, for your, God dang it, what do they call that? Regeneration for your tier 4. You can do that while you're running the machine. Here's your gear selection, auto, your air conditioner, your radio. This is your loader right here. Turn it on. Here's your camera. Shows 4,478 hours on the hour meter. Shows 4,261 on that one. So pick your pick. There are no, oh, this is your, this right here is for your bucket disconnect, your quick grapple. There's no error codes or anything on this. Oh, gotta hit escape right there. This is our full tank of fuel. We use this machine here on the yard occasionally, so it might accrue a few hours. You got a little glove box right there too. There's your air conditioner. It's nice and cold. It's like 80 degrees today in Dallas. It's pretty nice.